It was the first of 18 built, and now it's one of the final 3 standing. All this week, we are looking at Hoosier haunts leading up to Halloween Friday. In today's Hoosier haunts, the Rotary Jail Museum in Crawfordsville is not only home to history, but might house some hauntings as well.
Hoosier Haunts on News 18, sponsored by AZ Home Inspections.
The Rotary Jail Museum was built in 1882, the first of a handful of Rotary jails in the United States.
We held prisoners here from 1882 all the way up until 1973 without interruption.
Today, it's the only Rotary jail in operating condition. Now, what sets the Rotary jail apart is the design. It was meant to hold a maximum number of inmates with a minimum number of jail staff.
So you could hold 32 inmates in this tower system, which is 2 guards per shift, and then an additional 5 inmates on the other parts of the jail, which could all be monitored from that one guard's room.
The Rotary jail design made it easier for staff to bring those inmates in and take them out.
In order to put an inmate into the jail, you entered the cell and then you used a hand crank on the outside to turn the floor inside the spindle behind that solid wall of bars. So there was only one entry point on each floor.
Most of the inmates held at the jail were locked up for alcohol-related charges.
Because of the movement of our system and the fact that these men were inebriated once they were arrested, they were coming to the edge of their cells and sleeping right next to these exposed bars to get the fresh air from open windows.
32 drunk individuals inside a rotating jail cell, well, it led to some issues in operations.
And as the floor moved them the next morning, their limbs would become intertwined in that space. And when you're moving 30 tons under just 12 pounds of pressure with the gear reduction built with this machine, there's no resistance when you hit human bone.
It is that trauma that might play a role in the paranormal activity at the jail. Staff members have reported hearing a small child singing, humming, even laughing in the building. However, the child is not alone.
We also have an entity in the basement that they've started calling the peeper.
The basement serves as the heart of the jail, where the rotating mechanism is anchored to the ground.
It is a human-sized shadow that you see only in your peripheral, and once you try to focus, it's gone. And this happens to many people, especially in our basement around the machinery.
Today, the Rotary Jail Museum continues to draw visitors from across the country, some seeking history, others hoping for a glimpse of what may still linger behind the bars.
We have engineering students, we have experienced engineers, we have those that are in law enforcement or law enforcement enthusiasts, and then we have those that are just interested in the history. And then we do have those that come here specifically for our paranormal encounters.
The gears no longer turn for prisoners, but the stories, and maybe something else, keep the Rotary Jail moving through time. In Crawfordsville, I'm Cody Malin.